What's going on, boys? Give you a little recap after last night. We did go coon hunt. Took Rebel and Cooper with me. Posted a little video of Rebel and my buddy's dog Duke treeing. And, of course, Cooper, because he barks all daggum day, he was already tired by the time we got out there. Think of that. So that video I posted Rebel and Duke treeing, Cooper was at the tree. I don't know if you saw him on the ground. He was asleep. We finally made it to the tree, and I thought something was wrong with him. I called his name, and he hopped up and looked at me like, what? I was taking a nap. So I got to do something about that. Played with Jenny last night when I got home with the coon. She's never seen, well, she's seen a live coon, but it was in a cage. She wasn't sure what to do with it, but the coon I gave her last night was the one we killed. And she seemed to enjoy playing with it. I drug it around the yard for her a little bit. But poor Ranger, we got off in a cornfield, and we were going to try and just get the dogs and get out of there. So I didn't bother unloading the side-by-side. And, for those that have watched the videos, you know that my Ranger's geared wrong. So I got 411s in the back and 354s in the front. So it's not really conducive for running four-wheel drive, but in a pinch, it'll get me out. Well, I was in a pinch, and something popped in the front end. So front end don't pull no more. I don't know. I feel like I broke the pinion shaft in it. The twin traction I-beam front end in this thing is a Dana 28, which is tiny, and it's like a 6-inch ring gear or something. They're crappy little front ends. So I have a feeling I busted the pinion, because she's dead. So I had to give her some sauce to get us out of there. Good thing my Cooper tires pulled pretty dang good. I had her wide open in second gear and high range, just a flinging it. And of course I covered the mule. I plastered it. So I'm finna unload this dude and see if I can get her cleaned up a little bit. I may look at the front end, I may not. That may give me the push to go ahead and straight axle this thing and actually get some proper gears and a front axle under it. Did get a little mud in the truck, but it ain't too bad. It's just some little splatters. But thankfully for me, I don't like the skateboard look. So I ain't got 24 by 14 wheels that stick out 4 feet. So most of the mud stayed under the truck and not on the truck or in the truck. So the underside of it's packed up pretty nice, but it'll be all right. Gives it character. But anyway, we made quite a few trees last night. 2 coons. Rebel did dang good. That was his first time out, and since last year and his heartworm treatment. He did slick tree a few times, but I think he was a little overzealous just to get out there and have some fun. I don't blame him. You stay cooped up and going through treatment and stuff, you want to get out and have some fun, and he was doing it. Cooper, I got to do something else with him. He's such a good dog, though. Regardless of how much he barks and carries on, man, he's a really affectionate dog. He listens for the most part. Like right now, he's just chilling. I know he's probably still tired from last night, but he's just a good dog. He's very loving. He does listen most of the time. But I got to get him hunting. I don't want him to be a house dog. I'd like to see him hunt and fulfill his potential. And little Jenny's just, she's goofy. She's young. She's getting there. So anyway, there's the recap from last night. We did enjoy ourselves. I did sweat my balls off a little bit, but we ended up walking like 6 or 7 miles in this cornfield. And a little update on them new boots, those dry shods. Oh yeah. 6 or 7 miles walking through cornfields in them boots. My feet did not hurt one time. And to be honest, they didn't even get that hot. The muck boots seemed to just make my feet sweat like all get out, and those did not. So props to the dry shod boots. They were comfortable as hell. My feet didn't sweat. I didn't even think twice about walking that far. That was super comfortable. The only thing I can say about them, and I may have to break them in a little bit, but they're new and they're a little stiff. So feeling the pedals on my side-by-side is a little tough because the boot is stiff, but I'm sure they'll break in time and soften up a little bit. But if that's the only bad thing I got to say about them, I still call it a win. Well, anyway, boys, I got to work tonight, so I got to unload all this stuff. I'm going to clean the mule off a little bit. I ain't going to try and wash it. I just want to get the interior and the dash and stuff clean, the seat and my speakers and whatnot. Get my cooler off of it and get it drained out and put up. So there's the recap from last night. Man, I'm ready for this cool weather. I'm ready for these dadgum leaves to fall. Y'all saw in that video last night, we couldn't see a thing. That last tree we made, Duke and Rebel hit that thing hard. And we couldn't find the coon and shoot them on somewhere to do something else. And they'd run about 30, 40 yards and hit that same tree. So we know something was up there. We just couldn't find it. Everything's so goddamn thick. You can't see nothing. And we actually pulled the dogs off of it and walked out of there a little bit and went back to the tree without the dogs to see if the coon had moved a little bit, and we still couldn't see nothing. I hate to pull them off a tree that I know a coon's in, but if you just can't find it, you can't find it. So we just made sure we pet them up real good, and they did their job. They need to be rewarded for it. So, but anyway, boys, the driveway's a dadgum mess. I've got to get some gravel. You can see under the Ranger where I've just been, driving in and out. It's pretty nasty under there. I got to get some gravel. So, a little cleanup work, and then I think I'm going to go get me some ribs. We got a little place here in town that makes some killer ribs. I'm not really a rib man, but man, their ribs are good. So I'm going to take me some ribs to work. Anyway, that's the update on it. A little recap of coon hunting last night. I enjoyed the hell out of myself. For now, I'm going to run the water hose and turn the radio on and get after it. We'll see y'all.